Hello, friends. Welcome to CareersTalk, and thank you so much, Sunant, once again for the wonderful opportunity. In this session, we are going to see or discuss more about sprint in the life of a Scrum Master. How a sprint and what are all the key activities a Scrum Master is taking care of those things. And yes, we can start. Let me share the screen quickly. I hope you can see my screen now, and you all aware who's this in this photo. So this is Sindhuja Nagendran as an agile coach, and today our topic to discuss is a sprint in the life of Scrum Master. Okay, moving on to the first slide. Down the line, no one can define or can say accurately that as a Scrum Master, this is how your typical day going to be look like. It's very unpredictable. Every organization, every team, every individual program, every individual Scrum Masters will differ on the ways of working. We cannot come to any conclusion stating that this must be the typical day. This can be the typical day. Yes, of course, it can be. So you won't have typical day as a Scrum Master. You're going to have an opportunities to inspect and adapt, helps team to deliver and investigate empiricism at every event and every turn. Okay, so this is how every day in a life of Scrum Master or sprint life will be for a Scrum Master. A typical day maybe, or a typical sprint, I can say, instead of the term day. So say for an instance, if we are starting our sprint on 3rd of August or a Monday, okay, one fine Monday, we must be having our sprint planning meeting. Okay, so the daily scrum is the schedule and the repetitive event that will happen in the same time. Usually, accordingly, we have planned it on 1 o'clock our India time because we need to accommodate few UK people and people from some other Western countries. So that is the reason we have it on 1 o'clock. So the sprint planning meeting will start as per the team, as per the organization, as per their working ways of working style. It may vary, like one can finish within a day or 2 days or 3 days even. So based on the Scrum guide, a sprint planning meeting can take place for 8 hours. So it accordingly varies. So that first day, Monday, 3rd of August, we may have a sprint planning meeting like this way. The next day, again, we must be sorted out few sprint planning activities and we must pull sprint backlog item. And then we will discuss on those item in our Delhi Scrum meeting. Continuation of the first part of the sprint planning meeting may happen in the second day. And then apart from this events, Scrum events, we may have few other activities for a Scrum Masters, right? We can enhance our knowledge or discuss with the team members about the engineering and the code metrics practice, or with the leadership team what kind of engineering practices we want to bring in, or the architecture or the SMEs who have technical competencies. With them we may discuss about the engineering and code practice, or whatever the meeting, whatever you think is perfect for your team, we will have the discussion. In addition to that, on that day I had like CSAT discussions with my stakeholders. I wish to discuss about the customer satisfaction survey to ensure the team performance, whether we are adding right value to the customers. So to ensure that we fix that timeline for this thing. And in 6th August 6th, day 4, again a Delhi Scrum, and as a Scrum Master we may interview few people for our organization recruitment, because as a Scrum Master we want to serve for product owner, we will work with team members, and we want to work for our organization as well. So for to contribute our organization, I do have a interview plan with some external folk. Okay, in the 7th of August, maybe day 5 in the first week, this is a 2-week sprint. I failed to inform that at the beginning. So I am having another one workshop to enhance my knowledge and skill set. So that is a value stream management workshop. Along about, we are going to discuss more about this Kaizen metrics and 5 in the Kaizen techniques, and Heijunka, Jidoka principle, JIT, and then and takt time, that kind of items they are going to cover in this value stream management, which I'm very excited to attend on this value stream management workshop. Okay, and then it is another one thing in the next week, 10th, 11th, Monday, Tuesday, I do have a problem solving workshop where I am conducting this workshop for my team members and fellow Scrum Masters who are all interested to participate. Okay, so here we will be discussing more how to do the root cause analysis, how to make the decision, that kind of problem solving workshops we planned. we planned already. So that will happen during evening time zone. Apart from that, every day we are having our daily Scrum meeting. And on that day, first day, 10th of August, we do have a connect with PO to understand and to refine product backlog, or otherwise to discuss more on the user stories and the splitting those areas. And what and all the item as a Scrum Master, I can help with the product owner. I will be discussing with him on those activity. And in the 11th of August, or in Tuesday, 10 o'clock, I do have a connect with one-on-one with my team member to understand more about his challenges or things, to bring up the confidence and the trust with the team members. We are having this one. Okay. And then 11 o'clock, as usual, daily Scrum meeting is there. And 12th of August, again, daily Scrum meeting will be there. And I do have a webinar, weekly webinar, that also we are accommodating. And then on that day, we are having our product backlog refinement session, where myself and my product owner, along with the key team members, we will be participating in the product backlog refinement session. So when coming to the Thursday, again, we are having our daily Scrum meeting on the 13th of August, and review meeting we have planned. So more or less, this review meeting will be on the same timeline, at least for my program, because stakeholders are aligned with this timeline, and we really want to occupy this timeline, and we really want to accommodate, because getting the stakeholders availability is literally challenging in this project. So that is very fixed. Sometimes, yes, it is changeable also. And then 14th, that means last day of our sprint. This is a 2-week sprint. So 14th is a Friday. We are having some daily Scrum meeting, and it's like 11:30. I do have a connect with my line managers to know and to inspect and adapt myself where I can improve those areas. Along with that, if you see, some +2 meetings are also over there in 14th. That is like, again, the below screenshot, if you see, retrospective meeting. Yes, that is one of the key important we really want to cover when we finish our sprint. Along with it, some knowledge sharing session on story splitting techniques, that is also there. So story splitting is all key concepts in Scrum. So I'm about to attend that kind of meetings as well. So this is how typically a sprint looks like for a Scrum Master. If you observe, most of the time, we do have free times as well in my calendar. So it's always good to have some bandwidth to address the ad hoc request or any other impediments, challenges, to work with your team and help your team. Moving on to the next slide. Day in a life of Scrum Master, or a sprint in a life of Scrum Master. So in general, it is no thumb rule, or nothing is written in stone. It's very open mind. When you start your day, please start your day, keep an open mind, enjoy someone, no pre-assumptions, no judgmentals, nothing. So start your day with full focused and open mind. Ask yourself, how can I help the Scrum team to bring them self-organized and high-performing team, more creative, innovative, empowered? Facilitate your meetings, or facilitate the sessions or events, whatever you are going to have, with very thought-provoking questions. Okay. So remember, apart from the daily Scrum and other Scrum events, your schedule is open. So please have your schedule open to align, to work, and give your thoughts to, give your mind to think more about your team. Okay. So that time you should think about your team. When we are not having many meetings, our mind will be very open, and we will get some innovative thoughts and ideas, and we can identify conflicts. Even if something is going to happen, we can sense it early. So keep your mind for that kind of thoughts. Attend the daily Scrum as an observer. Okay, and pay attention to both spoken and unspoken language, which is really important. Few will explicitly say this is a challenge, this is a blocker. Few may not say because of XYZ reason, any number of reasons are there. So you should address the unspoken messages. Few conversation, it seems that they are saying something, but ideally, the way when they are saying, we can predict they are reluctant to share something. They are not very transparent enough. So in that case, try to connect with that person one-on-one and try to address what's stopping them and all. Okay. Reflect on the questions mentioned earlier. So reflect what and all we can do. And in the daily Scrum, these are all the things team were discussed, where I can support, where I can expedite their request. That way we need to work. So, moving on to the next slide. Okay. So how can I provide the best support for the Scrum team's delivery? Discover the focusing lens in your sprint, in your everyday. Okay, where do we encounter challenges in practicing? Whether empiricism, transparency, inspection, adaptation, these things are being followed. Please ensure where are we facing challenges, where the team are following the empiricism, exploration and experimentation, whether they are doing it, and transparency, are they transparent enough, or they are inspecting, after inspecting, or they are adapting. This way, please think and put your thoughts over it. Okay, are we failing short in adapting to changes? Whether are we good, or we reluctant or hesitant to change? Which Scrum values require assistance at the moment? So we know 5 values: courage, commitment, focus, respect, openness, which needs assistance. Few may not have the courage to explicitly say that this is what I want. So work with them and address the problems what you're facing. Okay. Moving on to the next slide. So based on your observations, all the observations so far, please decide whether that day you want to do coaching or consulting, teaching, facilitating, mentoring, managing, problem solving, conflict resolution, or simply being present and attentive, listening. Okay. It is okay to take a moment to do nothing as a Scrum Master. That is okay. Nothing as a Scrum Master for some time, because you will feel that more energy when you are not having more meetings. So that space will help us to understand our team member and the individuals a lot. Okay, so give that space to yourself. The biggest mistake was to avoid is being too busy and missing important details. So missing important details is another one big impediment or blocker for our team from our side. So don't do that at all. Try to keep your calendar a little bit okay. As per Scrum Guide, the Scrum Master serves the Scrum team in several ways, coaching the team members in self-management and cross-functionality, helping the Scrum team focus on creating high-value increments that meet the definition of done, causing the removal of impediments to the Scrum team's progress, and ensuring that all Scrum events takes place and are productive, positive, and kept within the time box. This is as per the Scrum Guide, but it is more than that. Or if we dig deep into this, the work nature will be little more high, and we can make it. How is my product owner doing? Apart from this, as a Scrum Master in a sprint, how my life looks like. How is my product owner doing? Is the product backlog in good condition? How well he or she handling the stakeholders? What about the delivery of business value and return on investment? How much the return on investment I'm getting? These things we can consider, and we can think some innovative ideas or something what we can do, a better refinement. That way we can think and propose options to the product owner. How is my Scrum team doing? Are they collaborating effectively? Is there any conflict within the team, and do they address it? Is the team actively making decisions? So this way you can work with them and bring up something to your team, add value to your team. How are our engineering practices doing? Is the team demonstrating care and actively working on self-improvement? What is the status of test automation? Is the team broadening their definition of done? Over a period, our definition of done should be good or the best. It should be a little bit rigid, because we are maturing, we are progressing. So team is in the performing stage. So that time it should be broadened. How is my organization doing? It's not like a Scrum Master is just doing or working or helping for the product owner or a team, or with that. Okay, along with that we need to support our organization as well. So is the collaboration and coordination between teams are happening properly? What are all the obstacles where my organization, what is the level of agility my organization is trying to achieve? How are HR practices supporting the team, or where we can implement this agile practices which may add value to the business, or in what way I can support my organization? So these are all the few things as a Scrum Master we can consider in our every sprints. Okay, so thank you so much for still watching this one with me. Thank you once again. Thank you, Sunan, for the opportunity. Stay with us for more wonderful video.